I'm the golden son while playing a GBA game. Brain off the scale, they thinking he mean weight gain. No surge, electrify the mind. I'm in charge of the buzz, get your power stripped. I'm my own plug, you the socket. Let more punchlines, the trash in your pocket. That's you to stop it. More than rap, this composite, you gossip, I rock it. See the variation? It don't matter black or white, bring the drama, Perry Mason. I'm adjacent to the destined, counting all my blessings while they selling their soul. No, you gotta be desperate like them housewives. Hear the real with my mouth wide, path going north, but they still hear the south side in me. These rappers are actors who giving out Emmys. Find me a Denny's looking proud of their penny without an Oscar. I'ma lay it proper. Father, this sound ironic, didn't have a papa for most of my life. Foster home to home. Don't let me start. Comment tell me about real love. It starts in the heart, not the pants. Born without a chance. Probably met Destiny plenty times and noticed when she glanced at me. When you dance with me, who would've known these dreamers become fans of me? Put up your hands for me. Touch the sky, the model we grew up with. Bumping that old Wayne, about to see if this truck fit in my garage. I'm kidding, no car, but I got drive. Even if I retire, never be top 5. I survived the rugged terrain. Determination in my brain, God help me find joy through the pain, gain clarity that I share to the masses. Same kid, they dreaming in classes. Future look disastrous. Time for the heroes and less fascists. Clean air, less gases. But y'all know what I'm trying to convey. Chase dreams, play games, watch a few anime. Found a path to be great, not a moment to waste. Mama check it, don't worry, I'm straight. We gon' take it to the top of the globe. Spread love, realest quote that I wrote. You know, sky's the limit. All my life I was sober. We surpassing that with each episode. Behold, a new episode. New day, a new episode. A new day, a new day, a new episode. A new day, a new episode. A new day, a new. Go ahead, let them throw that shade. You gotta wait to see the picture. Old Kodak days, don't go that way. They songs all filler, and it shows not at the museum. Fans never been stellar. Pin Dilla, shows a route set score. I ain't trying to be known by a number like the kids next door. My lord, they want us in cages or the seats, cause we fresh to death. Cash get sharp every week. Who, me? I'm nothing but a kid from the boondocks, writing living color. Different world in my boombox, chilling in my afternoon socks with a cute thing. Excuse the missed call, didn't notice you rang. Sharp tongue from the heavens, we thinking outside of the box. They call him Stoop Kid, never lead his steps. No one knows of his woes, cause he keeps to himself in seclusion. But me, I had to find out his story, so I sat by his stoop. He said his name's Corey. Told me how he used to be in love with a dame, but she left about as fast as she came. Said the sky's never been the same. Air's less fresh, chemtrails blank in the sky, and we compressed to a perfect world that we created within the mind. We blind to the truth as the days unwind. He finds happiness and watch the time go by. He asked, do you know why? Cause at least I'll know when we die. Society's engulfed in trends, and it's hard to find friends when your vision ain't the same through the lens. A cleanse what we need, but our pride won't accept it. Love's like a precious baby girl, and I'm wishing that we kept it. Neglected all our principles, kids laughing at me every day. How conventional, all one-dimensional. I wish I was invincible, I would just fly away. Aim for the sun, hope to land in a higher place. That's my escape from reality. Life is a dream, but it seems we've been sleeping in ravines. For now, I'ma chill with the ranting. Sit up on my stoop while the kids keep chanting. Stoop kids afraid to leave the stoop. The stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it. The stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it. Stoop, the stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it. Stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it. Stoop, stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it. Stoop now, stoop kids afraid to leave it. Stoop, stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it. Stoop. A tear rolls down his cheek. He asks, how did life become bleak? We used to seek joy, now we lost in translation of the language called money. I pity our generation. I told him I agree, but you looking at the downside. It's a bigger world outside the walls you hide, and I can guide you to a new state of mind if you let me, but hearts can't receive.
What is up, my people? Y'all know what time it is. This is the Just Us League. We are in here coming to you live for the very first time.
You know what I'm saying? Hi.
Look, we don't know how to act. We don't know how to act right now.
Level up, yo. It's a level up. I said, Ernie said live. I said, I got equipment now, so it's lit, y'all. So episode 1, I was doing the Justice League off of my iPhone headphones, not even AirPods, like plugged into my phone.
Look, let me tell you something. They ain't gonna be able to tell us nothing no more.
Oh, nothing.
They ain't gonna be able to tell us nothing. They can't tell us nothing no more, because you know what's gonna happen is we are We are coming to you guys live once again for the first time. Y'all know who I am. I'm Ernie Blerd without fear. Of course, I got with me the heart, the soul, the seasoning of the Just Us League, the fantasticness of the Just Us League. Fantastic Frankie. Girl, what's going on with you?
Oh, what's up? It's your girl, Fantastic Frankie. Having a really good day, man. I feel like you ever have a day and you're like, I got a lot of stuff done. Like I had like a busy back-to-back day. Yeah, I'm saying, I'm like,
look at you.
This towards the end, you know what I'm saying? I may get a little drink. I got a spliff in the, just like.
Look, wait. Look, already right off the rip. We got our boy Devontae, all turned factuals. Of course, not with us right now. He's out here getting that paper.
That cheese, yo.
He's out here getting that cheese.
We at-home workers, yo. I'm the at-home worker for God knows how long, man.
Well, I hate that Devontae can't be with us here for this, but he said he's sending some positive vibes, that positive energy this way. But your boy got to do what he got to do. He got to do what he got to do. He got to make that bread. I can't be mad at him. I can't be mad at him. That said, man, we got a jam-packed show, considering what we're gonna be talking about. Frankie, you wanna tell the lovely people what we got on deck for them today?
Yes, we got a couple comics we read. Deadpool number 6.
We're gonna talk some more about that.
Yeah, geez, I forgot all the other names. X-Men. I just remember Deadpool number 6 because I read it twice. That shit was hilarious, y'all. I was dying. X-Men, Golden Girls, I'm gonna call it.
The Golden Girls. Honestly, I just call them the Golden Girls too. It just is what it is. Yeah. It is.
I was watching it. I was like, watching it. It felt like you watching it. Because the art, we're going to talk about them in a bit. But we got a whole bunch of Marvel comics for you today. And we got some time for some Umbrella Academy.
We're going to talk about that Umbrella.
About that today. I think that's it. I'm missing. You can tell everyone the rest of the comics because Deadpool number 6 and Golden Girls. The two I remember.
Well, I was gonna say, we're gonna talk about Image Comics Firepower number 1 and 2 that came out. If I'm not mistaken, this other one, The Goddamned, also I believe by Image Comics, the new Jason Aaron joint, and we've also there's another one. Oh man, I'm blanking on the name of the company who I think it's AWA. That made this comic called Bad Mother, which the more I thought about it after I read it, I was like, oh, that name kind of has multiple meanings. But no, we're gonna be talking about all that. We're gonna talk about all that, man. I see, hey, we got a lot of people coming in here. I appreciate it. So we got folks showing up for us. I appreciate it. Thank you. This was kind of an impromptu, not really impromptu stream. I technically planned it, but I wasn't sure how it was going to play out. But basically, I guess, you know what? Let's go ahead. Actually, let's go ahead and start with the meaty matter. Let's go ahead and start with the meaty matter because I feel like this is going to be the one that's going to, that people really tune in for. Man, let's talk about that Umbrella. Let's talk about that Umbrella Academy, season 2. I'm gonna be brutally honest. Because this actually, I was asked this the other day on the Blerd Cave, and since then I think I had spoken to you too about this. But someone asked like, "Hey man, have you seen Umbrella Academy season 2?" And at that time I was like, "No, I haven't." And I haven't even seen but one episode or 1 or 2 episodes of the first season. And I was like, I just can't make myself get into it. But I tell you what, the more you talked about it, the more you had me thinking, man, maybe I should go ahead and give it a chance. Man, maybe I should go ahead and give it a chance.
It's definitely it's definitely conversation worthy. That's one thing I like about it. You know what I mean? Like it's not a masterpiece, right? It's not
right.
Think of a superhero. It's not Watchmen, right? It's not like something so beautiful you have to see it, but it's definitely entertaining. And then if you read the comics, watching how they translate things, particularly in season 2, was very, very, I want to say rewarding.
Mm.
So where did you stop in season 1? Because I know I'm going to spoil some things. I want to see how much
good.
I spoiled.
No, you're good. Okay, so basically last night, I was bored and I was playing Fall Guys and a cadre of other games, and I ended up going back, starting from that first episode because I didn't really have a good memory of the first episode, and I worked my way all the way up to episode 8. So like I'm two episodes shy of the first season finale, but I mean, just based on having read the comics in the past, there's very little anyone could tell me that would surprise me, or at least I wouldn't think.
Right.
Like I don't care so much about the spoilers for me in terms of the show, like, because it's for me it's more knowing to actually seeing it in action. If that makes any sense.
Right.
And like I've already kind of seen the trailers for like the trailers for season 2 kind of gave up some stuff too. So it's like I'm kind of like I'm good. You can't spoil season 1 for me.
So season 1, you're like, I already know I'm Ernie.
Oh man,
I can never say your name. Last thing is I just carry things through. But yeah, it ends with the apocalypse. Actually, Vanya actually causes the apocalypse, and as the world is ending, number 5 brings him back in time. He's expecting to bring him back just a little bit, but he ends up bringing them back to the 60s. And as season 1 starts off with all of the children ending up in different years. So like Klaus and Allison are in like 1961, and then Luther comes in like 1962, and then Vanya comes in like 1963, and then 5 comes like a week before another apocalypse is supposed to happen. So now whatever they've done by going back in time has caused a second apocalypse. So you find out it's tied to John F. Kennedy, which if you guys have read the comic, big spoiler alert, he needs to die because if he stays alive, it becomes this whole communist thing. But the thing I loved is that because they were set in different times and they all spent a certain amount of times in the 60s, it kind of reset their personalities for the better. So like Diego becomes charming and funny.
Vanya, he was the grimdark one. He was the real grimdark. Kind of like he was kind of an asshole. Actually, he wasn't kind of. He was an asshole.
He was. He still is. But it's easier to watch. It's fun to watch, and he also has someone to bounce off of. The best change is Vanya. Vanya has amnesia, so now she ain't pussy no more. She out here with her own agency. She's not like whispering. She's just like, just. It's just good.
Look, you know what? Can I real quick? I want to jump in on this. So your girl Ellen Page. That was one of my biggest problems with that first season. Every time she was on camera, I was like, dude. I said, man, will she please grow a pair? Because I'm like, dude, she was. Dude, I was like, she was peak. Like she was literally like Ellen Page. It's something Ellen Page kind of does in her acting, like not something she always does, but like Ellen Page is always kind of a part of that group that like of actors who when they're acting, like sometimes they'll kind of mumble a little bit, or they'll kind of be real soft
Michael
spoken.
Cera.
Yeah, I was like, dude, she was peak Ellen Page in that first season. I was like, girl, can you please put some bass in your voice?
Yeah,
please.
Well, now she becomes Juno. She's like very Juno-ish. She begins a relationship with a woman, which I was like, I know Ellen put that in her contract. Like, I'm getting some lady buns. Tired of playing straight. Please give me some lady buns. And she got a good pair.
Look,
country buns.
Look, Ellen Page was like, look, man, y'all been out here playing me hard body, man. Y'all know I'm gay. Just like, y'all know I'm gay. Y'all got me out here sleeping with all these dudes and shit. These in these damn movies. I
don't know this man's name, but I just call him Vinny. Like he has a Vinny. I think played someone named Vinny in like Orange is the New Black or
Oh
whatever.
yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
He's not in that.
He's supposed to be playing like the conductor or whatever from the
Yeah,
comics.
in the first one.
Yeah, in the first one, yeah.
Second one, yeah, he wasn't in the second one, but the biggest change from the comic to season 2, which I loved, was okay. So Allison is black now. A big part of the second comic is Allison wasn't black, so she was part of the Kennedy assassination stuff. But whatever, she's not black. Now she's black in the show, right? They cast a black woman, so then they tie that into her story. And I loved it. So it was about her. She joins the civil rights movement. She gets married over the time. She's been there the longest, or like just as long as Klaus. And it's fire because it's like, yes, you never see black people time traveling.
No, you really don't.
Why we want to time travel to the past? Yeah, I'll time travel to the future, maybe.
Wait, why am I going to go to the past where shit's worse? Well, you know, that was.
And you see that, right?
Yeah, no, that's the one thing about. There were some episodes of CW, the CW, what was it, Legends of Tomorrow, that actually kind of covered some stuff like that. And they were like, yeah, you might want to stay on the ship. And I was like, finally, address that. Because I was like, dude, you black. We don't time travel.
Right.
What I look like.
Times? Now you can't find me. Now you can't find me because we went for who? Nah, Dub.
Look, what do I look like traveling to 1777? What I look like?
Even if I go way back in the past, the 1400s, where there were Moors and I could walk around being brown, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna call me a witch because I said something. They're gonna be like, "Oh, she get her the fuck out of here. She's tall. I knew it."
Look, someone
Why
can hit you.
5'7"?
Look, Frankie talking wild spicy over there, man. She a witch. Dude, yeah, you can't do that.
All of them. They were so short back then. I think Goliath, they said, was 6'1". Right?
Yep.
Yeah,
people weren't as tall.
Like, people back then were way short. So imagine some 5'7" rolling up. They're like, what? How many biracial people they got down there? But they're gonna be like,
nah,
that's a different
some ain't right.
It's not the more.
Well,
you too, Ernie. You think they got bald people back there?
Okay, now first off, dude. Okay, they see my little round chunky ass. Look, they gonna be like, no. Put him in the field.
Or they think you're rich.
I probably see. No, I can't have that because they'll be like, oh, look at him. He's healthy. Because that's what they do to us. They say, oh, well, if you were fat, you were considered healthy.
Right. We can read. Nah, it's not for us.
Nah,
it's not for us. We can go to the future though. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the future.
Well, well, let me ask this though: do they actually address any of those like pitfalls? Like the pitfalls of a black person going back, especially to like the civil rights, like being around doing the civil rights movement.
That's her whole story. So she gets married. She starts orchestrating the civil rights movement, and she participates in a sit-in. And initially her husband she hasn't used her powers the entire time she was there. But now that her siblings are around and things are getting funky, of course, it comes to a point where actually, no, it had nothing to do with her siblings. She's in a sit-in, and she uses her rumor because her husband's about to be beaten to death by a cop, and the cop just walks away. But all he heard was, I heard a rumor. So to him, he thought she was an operative, right? Because remember, the FBI used to plant black women to take down like, party members and stuff like that. So he thought she was a government operative, which honestly made sense because why else would a cop just listen to you? Unless you guys had a code word to say stop. And then she shows him his powers, and they spend the entire day being like free black people, right? She's telling people, yeah, you're gonna serve us today, or you're gonna do this to us today, you're gonna give us food, da, da, da. But then it gets out of control, and she shows like, yo, that's why I don't use it, because I get hungry in it, you know what I mean? And it takes over.
Well, because that was a big part of her arc last season. Like, the using her power, like, she had used her power on her own child, and she
I don't think that was bad.
No,
you would do that on Cersei 1? You would do that on Cersei 1?
You think I wouldn't? I'd like, go to sleep.
I was like, why is it bad? Because she wasn't even wilding like, I heard a rumor that you are listening to everything I say, or I heard a rumor that you believe in this. She was saying like, I heard a rumor you were tired. No, she trying to make sure her circadian rhythm don't get messed up. You know what I'm saying?
It's like it was one of those things, like, you could tell like they were kind of playing this whole thing like, oh, is she or is she not a bad mom, or is she morally compromised for using her powers on her kid? And I'm just kind of like, man, who ain't ever just wanted a nap and just wish their kid would go to sleep?
Exactly.
Like, who hadn't? Lie to me. Lie to me, goddamn.
Her motherhood, though, because not until they were about to go back home did she even question about her daughter.
Wow.
I'm like, she's doing things that could potentially erase her daughter's existence. She don't mention her daughter once until they about to go home. She's like, oh, I can't wait to see such and such, whatever her daughter's in, Cassidy. I was like, you don't give a fuck about Cassidy. You ain't say shit about Cassidy, yo.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, so I know all the pictures, like all the pictures showed this. What was up? Is it Pogo?
Pogo.
The chimp. What was up with the whole because everybody was passing these pictures around of like a baby version of Pogo. What was that all about?
Oh yeah, so what happened was Pogo was a chimp that was intelligent. They taught it sign language and then shipped him off. Remember, we were sending monkeys to the moon. During his exploration, it got shot down. He came back. He was severely hurt. That same serum that he used on Luther, he used on Pogo, but it had the opposite effect. So where it made Luther Part 8, it gave Pogo the intelligence of a human, right? Now he has a conscience and things like that. So then Hargreaves and actually Mom, Robot, who's actually real, she's a NASA employee, together, and they raise him like a child. So they put him in child clothes, he's drawing, because he's sentient at this point, right?
Right.
And I think that one of the best scenes, the most heartwarming scenes for me is, so Diego is doing like a covert mission to find Hargreaves because they're looking for him for answers. And as they're at like this gala, and as they're there, he sees Mom, right? So he sees her, but she's not a robot. She's real. And she's there as Hargreaves. So remember, Mom's the one who helped him get rid of the stutter. She's the one who gave them actual names because he numbered them, which is crazy. And Diego was the closest to them. So him seeing her and like stopping in his tracks and like, oh my God, you're a real person. I didn't know that you were, I just thought you were a robot this whole time.
Right.
So the interesting thing is, why did she become a robot? Like, did he kill her and then make a robot? Did she die and then he made a robot? That's going to be something interesting that I hope they hit in season 3.
Now, what, like, so, I mean, what were some of the, like, as far as, like, high points? Because I know, like, everyone I've heard talk about it has come in talking about the first episode. Like, they've been coming talking, oh, man, dude, they blew the budget in the first episode, man. They spent mad money on the episode. Like, they were doing, people were saying, like, oh, they were doing some Avengers Endgame type shit. I was like, oh, okay.
They all the CGI budget, because then after that, the CGI was butt.
Oh, damn.
They used to call in the first season. You know what? I don't like it because they did a pump fake. The way Twilight, I don't know if you've seen the last Twilight.
Yeah,
but
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly. So fight comes and the apocalypse is happening. The Cold War has turned into an actual war, and everyone else, Vanya, everybody has full control of their powers, and they're fighting the Russian government. Okay, so they're fucking it up. What's her name? Allison says, "I heard a rumor your heads exploded." 5 niggas' heads explodes. Luther's just killing everybody. Diego, which I feel like they don't explain in the first season. If you haven't read the comics, you don't know. Is stopping bullets in their tracks and bending them as he flips around in the air. Because even myself, I was like, what is Diego's power? He could just throw a knife. And it's actually that he can change trajectory of things as they're flying.
They don't really go into it in the show. Like, at least
really
not from
don't.
what I could tell. Like at least in the first season that I've seen so far, every time I've seen Diego use his abilities, they just kind of like, yeah, he just throws knives. Yeah.
And I was like, why is he number 2 if he just throwing knives? This guy over here is teleporting. And then I was like, oh, that is very, very helpful.
Right.
And there's a scene where everyone shoots at them at once, and he stops all the bullets at once from hitting them. You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah. See, okay, so that's what I saw. And that's kind of, because you know when you go on Netflix, you're kind of scrolling through stuff, and they show like, it's like, oh, hey, this is what's new. Umbrella Academy season 2. Every time I open up Netflix, and you would see where it would try and show you the trailer for it, be like, oh man, no, watch this. You gonna want to see this. So every time I would see it, I'd be like, man, this does actually kind of look lit. And I was seeing people talking about like, man, I was like, do you really need to finish the first season? Do you really need to finish the first season? But I was like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and finish it. Watch it. But
And of recaps, plug. Sorry, guys. He does a full the man of recaps, 10 minutes, boom, season 2. You good to go.
Right. That's what I should have done. That's what I should have done.
Really isn't. There's some Easter eggs from season 1 that I really appreciated. Like number 5 starts to tuffle with his older version, because remember, he came back from the 50s after he chose not to kill Kennedy. And remember when that wormhole opened, crossed through a fire extinguisher through it? And then number 5 came out. In this, it hit Luther or something like that on the other end in the 60s, which is funny, and I thought a good callback, but only if you had just watched it would you have remembered that. Everything else, I think, even they have a round table where they're talking to Hargreaves and they're explaining who they are, and they go through their powers, and that's when you really get to know what Diego can do, because he throws a knife and he moves it from hitting him. But yeah, so the first scene is number 5 goes to the apocalypse. He ends up right when apocalypse is happening, and he's watching all his siblings use their powers to the fullest extent. Like Klaus is summoning old soldiers to fight people. Vanya is in full control of her powers, and it's very visually stimulating. And that ends up, of course, they don't do the apocalypse. They do end up fighting the commission later. What I didn't like was the commission fight wasn't nearly as good as what we watched against the Russians in the very first scene. So in the commission brings all of their soldiers to fight them, and Vanya wipes them all out in one fell swoop. I was like, this, I spent more time on the fake.
See, yeah, you know what? That was actually my, I'm sitting here acting like, oh, this was my only criticism of Twilight. No, actually it's not. But it was actually the one thing Twilight did that I was like, dude, this is actually kind of cool. It was like some big ass like MCU Avengers, like borderline like some shit you see like on an X-Men movie, and then like it was like, oh no, it was just a dream sequence. None of this actually happened. I was like, dude, you know what? Don't ever do nothing like that. Like that's something I wish. Okay, I know that Hollywood pays attention to the Justice League. I know they listen to us. I know they hear what we have to say. They believe in us because they know, you know what? Who is going to tell us what's lit and what's not? What we should be doing, what we shouldn't be doing? If not the Justice League, if they ain't going to tell us who is.
I don't know.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. I think it's safe to say that I think it's safe to say that the Justice League has spoken. Please don't do that shit no more. Stop doing that shit. That shit ain't what's hot in the streets. If it's a dream sequence, if you are gonna give me one of the most lit action scenes, like just right off the rip, please save that shit for the end of the goddamn season. Don't do that shit at the beginning. Be like, oh yeah, by the way, psych.
So the thing is, at least it wasn't a dream sequence. It was 5 showed up when that happened, and then he went back in time.
Okay. See. Okay. Now. So they do that. So it's basically what they did in the first season. Like, what was that episode? What was it? The Day That Never Was, where like he goes back and then and so they basically pulled that move again.
It's almost exact circumstance, yes, because the commission, someone not. What's Cha-Cha's friend's name? It was Cha-Cha,
Hazel
and the other
or something
guy.
Like that. Like, was it Hazel? I think it was Hazel or something like that.
Yeah, Hazel comes is like, yeah, the apocalypse is earlier now, so we need to fix this, and then he gives him a suitcase so they can go back. Or something like that. But either way, I just don't like you said, if this is your major, this was the most stimulating, and they had some good fight scenes. Let me not say that. 5 goals, and he fucks up like 12 people at the same time using his teleportation. Just a lot of blood, and it's incredible. It's just him teleporting and then like stabbing someone and then teleporting at. And actually 5 takes most of the work. And I just think that actor, to hold his own with 30, 40, 50-year-olds, I think is fire. Like he never once, I was like, this is a kid actor. He's 15. And he had that maturity. He walked like an old man with his arms out and stuff. And he felt everything he said makes sense. He was almost like the audience. Like they'd say something, you like, what's your problem? Like, let's do that. You know what I mean?
Well, no, that's actually what I liked about him in the first season, was that like don't get me wrong, all the other characters, like I know everybody loves Klaus, everybody loves everybody loves that character, I feel like. But I kind of felt like, I was like, dude, 5 is probably my favorite character out of the group because, I mean, he can be a dick, kind of like how Diego can be a dick, but I feel like 5 is a more useful asshole. As opposed,
you don't got time.
Right, well, he's already seen the shit. Like, it's one of those, like, it's different. Like, Diego's a dick because, like, that's just how he is. But you know that 5 is the way he is because he's seen everything get fucked up. Like, he knows what's gonna happen, so he's trying to do everything he can to fix it. So he's just kind of like, look, man, y'all, this drama, this CW bullshit y'all living right now, the OC life y'all trying to live, this shit ain't what's hot in the streets. We need to get out here because we got real shit going on.
that actor, I want to be honest, I think him specifically deserves an Emmy. There's a scene where Luther was like, yeah, you don't know this about Dad because you've been gone. He was like I was on vacation? I was in an apocalypse for 45 years alone. Get up out my face. And I was like, that's a fact. Like, he wasn't chilling. He was he said gone, like he went to the store.
You know, he's like, no. You was on a vacation. Your ass was on the moon.
On the moon, chilling. Oh, that's crazy. Imagine your
God damn it.
Imagine your dad was like, I had to do this thing, and you find out he didn't even have he could at least read the letters, dog.
Yeah, no, well, actually, I see something here. Gogo Cammy pointed out something that actually I appreciate. She said that I was disappointed by old 5. He didn't have nearly enough personality compared to to young 5. And I was like, you know what? Because that's how I felt about, like, they didn't really give you that much of him in the first season, but so I'm assuming you get more of him in the second. But I don't think I would have. It was about where I stopped watching last night, where I was kind of like, man, you know what? I really haven't seen that much of him as, being older. But it wasn't like I need to see it. I like this guy. I like this guy better.
They give it to you. So hold on, let me press restart. You know how.
Oh yeah. Do you think? Look.
Sorry, y'all. They're like, excuse me.
Look, camera like, man, can you please let Frankie be great for a minute?
Right. Why is the screen on? Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and I'm so sorry, y'all.
You good too. There you go. Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
Nah, that's an ugly joint. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna turn it off. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Do you think? Here, I'm gonna switch to the main real quick because I'm gonna go through. I want to see what y'all talking about here in the chat real quick. I want to see what's good, man. I see people talking to me. Nicholas Kelly, what's good? What's good? And of course, Approach Nerd up in here. Appreciate you always. What's up, Monsterverse Flash? How you doing? Ty Sidner, what's going on? I see your messages in here. What's going on? What's popping? By the way, thank you for supporting the channel. Always. Let's see. Was it Dorian? What's going on with you? Free Gamer, how you been? Let's see here. What's going on, JTS? What's popping? Yeah, no, old 5 is whack. I don't like old 5. They can keep old 5. I ain't with it. They can keep him. I ain't asked for him. I didn't ask for old 5. Let's see.
All right, y'all. It's lit.
All right, you back? We got you. All right, look.
They thought they could get rid of me.
Look. They was trying to hold you down.
Hold me down. It was probably old 5.
It was all old 5. Like, man, I know y'all. I see y'all out here talking wild, spicy about me here in these streets. I'm gonna need y'all to calm down. That's what old 5. That's what old 5 said.
I think they picked an actor that looks like him and didn't match his charisma. I would have preferred the opposite.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I would have rather they gotten somebody who can actually go toe to toe. Because I'm gonna go to Terry now. I'm not gonna lie. You were talking about how we were talking about how he was kind of acting circles around the guy who plays the older version of him. He's acted circles around all of them. I feel like he is the that's the MVP.
Disney don't play that. Disney be up in your face. That's why Disney and all them so good. They be like, look, you fuck up here. It's Disney. These big leagues. You know that pressure come at 6. Oh, you an adult now. He don't know. He already know.
He's like, I'm trying to get this bag. You feel me? He's like, I'm about to act my ass off. Well,
what y'all here to do?
You think about it though. Like, okay, even though technically it's not what it is, but yeah, you look at what the Umbrella Academy is on paper, you know what this kid's doing. This kid's auditioning for the X-Men. He auditioned for the X-Men because he already knows what's up. He said, man, I'm in the Umbrella Academy, man. He said, look, this is just the next step. This just the first step on the rung of the ladder to get to the next thing. He said, so I'm about to act a whole movie.
He has that
out here.
seriousness. He's still funny. So he finds a way to be a serious character where not to mess with him. Everything he's saying is dire. And he's funny in the way of like, I don't even think what's his name, Dr. Strange, was able to accomplish. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where it's like I'm serious about my ish, but also like I'm quippy.
I can crack a joke every now and then.
Or the stuff that I say, my delivery, even though it's serious, is funny to the audience, which I think is even harder to, where you feel the gravity of what he's saying, but also you're laughing at the situation. And I think the problem was, so there's a whole episode where he's fighting with himself to get his to push himself through that wormhole so they can start that cycle again, but then to also take his suitcase. The problem is it's just a whole bunch of stuff. So you're not supposed to be next to yourself, or you get side effects like paranoia, like farting and stuff like that. But the problem was the guy wasn't funny. So it's like they're paranoid, and you see the young actor like looking around, being iffy, and you feel it building. And the other guy just was like calm. He's like, yeah, man, I just didn't like it. God bless that actor. I hope he's. What would you like to see in the MCU?
Man, you know what? I gotta see something real quick. I need to know this kid's name. I need to know this kid's.
Like Aiden Gallagher.
Here, let's see. I want, because I gotta know. Aiden Gallagher. Okay, so let's put some respect on this kid's name real quick. I just want to go ahead and keep it. I want to go ahead and keep it. Just straight up. Straight up. We're going to keep it straight up with him. This kid, I can't believe I had never realized that I've seen him in stuff. Mostly just, by virtue of the fact that, my kid was watching Nickelodeon, at some of these points in time. But, dude, this kid has come up. He is, I don't even, I honestly don't even really feel 1,000% comfortable calling him a kid. This dude, I think this dude might be grown. Yeah, I mean, he's actually 15. God damn.
So a kid, that's
dude,
the thing.
Look, let me tell you something. Somebody get this. Okay, so all right, let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead and break it down like this. If this boy ain't playing somebody's somebody's, okay, I tell you what, if they did the MCU, I know they ain't gonna do this because they don't want us to have nice things. If you put this kid in the MCU, I don't care if this is like one of the champions or one of the Young Avengers, whatever, you want to put this motherfucker in the X-Men, fine, whatever. I could, man, I'm not gonna lie, I could see this guy playing like a young, maybe a younger, man.
I was gonna say Cyclops.
That's what I'm thinking. I was thinking Cyclops or like a younger X-Men, or not, almost said X-Man. I could see that too, actually. Or like maybe maybe a younger Havoc. Oh wait, did I lose you, Frankie? Hold up. Oh, we lost Frankie here for a sec. Hold on, let me see if we can get Frankie back in here. Let's see here. Oh, Frankie back with us.
I don't know what's going on. I just got kicked out. They said, this is the ghetto, y'all. I'm so sorry.
Hold on, no, wait here. Let me get you back in here. Let me get you. We got you. Here, we're gonna get you pulled back up.
In the ghetto.
Oh Lord, the ghetto.
They got me in the ghetto, yo. I don't even know why they would do that to me. But you were saying you were going.
Yeah,
I was on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say maybe I'm kind of with you, like, as far as Cyclops. I see we got a super chat in here from the COBY. He said that he could truly see him playing Kid Omega. I could see that, actually. I can even, and I want to and let it be known, people know how much I hate Kid Omega. And I can actually see him playing Kid Omega. And I actually think he would make me like Kid Omega. He would make me like Kid Omega. And actually, someone would just, Geronimo Smith brought up the Teen Titans. He reminds me of Chaos Tween from Teen Titans. But you say that, I could actually see him playing like either Dick Grayson or Jason Todd or something like that. Oh, we lost you again. Hold up, wait a minute. Oh, there she is. Dude, Discord, I ain't gonna lie, Frankie. Discord playing you hard body right now.
I've never in my life, man. I've never. I'm so sorry, y'all.
You good.
I'm gonna use my regular camera for a second.
Do you think? I got you. Look, I just wanted to say Discord playing you hard body.
And we gotta write everybody on this live stream, please write Discord and say don't do this to your girl no more. Straight like that.
Look, be like, man, y'all need to quit playing Frankie like this. Y'all was out here playing Frankie like she brand new.
Right.
I'm gonna need you to go put some respect on Frankie's name real quick.
Yeah, this won't even let me connect to the camera. Look at them.
What? Oh wait, no. You got a little something. You got a little something. Here, I tell you. Oh, there you go. Bring it in.
My fancy camera gone, so this me now, y'all.
Look, but here's the funny thing though. Here's the funny thing about that though. It don't look bad.
Oh, thank you.
It don't look bad. It don't look bad.
Yo, talk to me nice, yo. Talk to me nice. No, but back on that subject, I think he'd also be a good Legion.
I can see that. I actually, you know what? Honestly, a lot of the characters, okay, X-Man, Legion, Kid Omega, Someone like I can see him doing. Someone said Nightcrawler. I can see that too.
Yeah,
but like,
can he do a accent? Because that
I'm
makes
sure
or
he
break
could. I think he
Nightcrawlers.
could. Because I'm not gonna lie, not hating on the kid that was playing him in the newer movies, but he didn't
I was
have
like,
nothing.
don't talk bad about Alan.
No. He ain't had none on OG boy. He ain't have none on OG boy. But no, I could. And what someone said was SFC Cape Killer said was that boy that fire kid Loki. I can see him playing Kid Loki. I can see him playing a Kid Loki. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that too. I mean, like, all I'm saying is, I could see this kid getting the bag later. I can see this kid like not like people gonna be like, oh yeah, man, remember he used to be in Umbrella Academy. I can see somewhere down the stretch he gonna fuck around and get that call. He gonna fuck around and get that call. Marvel gonna be like, was it Kevin Feige? He gonna be like, yeah, you ain't doing Umbrella Academy no more. I got a project for you.
They're dead to you. They're dead to you. Say goodbye to your family.
You ain't going back to the academy. You gonna be on these X-Men's.
But this is the thing. I feel like for him, I don't know if he seems like he may not want to do that because that's such a commitment and sometimes a career ender. What is Chris Evans about to do? I'm about to watch Chris Evans in.
Chris Evans, I'm not gonna lie to you, he's actually been doing more like behind the scenes stuff. Like, cause I know he said he didn't even want to act anymore for a while. Like, he just wanted to do like little shit here and there. Like, I was actually surprised when I saw him in Knives Out. Like, I was actually legit surprised.
He was great.
He was actually
right.
He's actually slicked the best part of that movie. He's actually slicked the best part of that movie.
Great.
But no,
and
he
people
said he
forget that's who he was.
Yeah. Dude, look, Terrell Fields. Look, man, look at you. Look, dude. Look, Terrell out here just put respect on that. He said, man, a super chat, just a super chat. God, man, thank you for that, man. Man, look, by the way, man, yeah, and I don't have it on today, but I actually got some swag. I actually got some swag here. Not for nothing, but I got some swag here from Blerd.com, and I'm just going to say, man, y'all need to quit playing. Y'all need to quit playing. Yeah, last time we was on, we was rocking the Blerd.com, or we was in some Blerd.com drip. So y'all need to make sure y'all go swing by Blerd.com and check out some of the new merch they got. Cause they actually got some new shirts in, man. Them junks is lit. I got that Blerd gaming joint. I'm just going to say right now, man, y'all need to get on board. I'm just saying, look.
I wish I gamed.
You know what, Frankie? One of these days, we're going to get you. You know what? I'm going to tell you what you need to do. You need to get on that Fall Guys. That's what you need to get you on Fall Guys.
What's that?
That is like, you ever.
What? I have access to an Xbox.
Okay. You know what? Oddly enough, they do not have it on there yet, but I think they have it on they only have it on PC and PS4 right now. But you
okay.
Look, you better tell your man to get you on some damn game.
I heard it's the opposite. Like, men are telling women to get on the PS5. Like, you tell a joke and they're crying and laughing so that you can get them that PS5.
Look, man,
they're like, I love you, boo.
Well, you know, everybody's out here. They're what was it? I've been seeing all these memes, motherfuckers like trying to get in these entanglements so they can get the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and all this other stuff like that. Y'all better.
I can't afford no.
Y'all better go get a credit card.
I can't afford no entanglement. That's crazy. Dude. Who got entanglement cheese? Me. That's crazy.
Look, just because it's August, don't mean I got entanglement money. I ain't got the time. I ain't got time or money. Right. Wait a minute. Somebody else just threw someone in here. I see Jaeger. You threw out. He'd make a good Damian Wayne. I can see that. I can see him playing. I can see him playing Damian Wayne. Oh,
he's always annoying because he like knows everything, but he still gets in a lot of trouble. He's great in fight scenes. One thing I have to say, in the second season, he's in way more fight scenes.
They actually use him more.
I just assumed that they use him more. And I think what I got from the fight scenes was that he wasn't used to getting hit. Every time, because he could teleport, right? So you swing at him, he teleports. Now he doesn't get. So anytime he did get hit, he would do this thing where he would like shake it off, like the fuck, you know. And I really thought that was a great acting choice for him, right? To be shocked every time he got hit. But then I just don't know if that's how he's gonna be acting now, right? Would Damon Wayne be the same way? Like, I can't believe someone hit me. You know,
I would honestly.
It's in the League of Shadows.
You know, when you out here, you know
how
about
often
that,
they hitting Damien.
Look, you know about that demon's head, that tails from demon's head, that Talia. You know what I'm talking about.
Talia messing him out. I was like, nah, Talia's giving her a black woman's.
Dude, she was like, look,
childhood.
Look, she's like, look, boy, you better get. She's like, if you go out here fighting and you lose, you have to come home and fight me.
Hello, you don't want that. You don't want that, sir.
But no, like, but like, straight up though, like overall, because I know you told me, you said you feel like season 2, Umbrella Academy season 2 for you is straight up, just like you said, it's like night and day better than the first season, right?
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, one thing that Netflix does that makes it difficult, especially for the first season, is they create their series to be like a 10-hour movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So where you watch something else and it's like I can watch this one episode and be entertained, go watch some episodes like the beginning of the Umbrella Academy season 1 and you're like, ugh, this is dragging because they're pretending this is still their intro. They're going to get to the climax in episode 5, and having taken so long to build in the first season pays off in the second for sure. And then they reset what we didn't like. This is also dope.
Well, let me ask you this, because you brought up something that's actually, it was a huge problem for me. I think it was a huge problem for everybody. When Marvel still had their shows on there, or they still have them on there, but you know what I mean. When they were actively making shows for Netflix, they would like, oh no, we want 13 episodes, and it's like all their movies would feel like a 10, well in their cases, 13-hour movie. And it would always feel like, you know how we would have like the origin movie? Yeah, like you get like the origin movie, they explain, like, okay, so we're going to spend a whole movie just trying to explain to you who this character is. That's what I always felt like the Marvel Netflix shows were. Yeah. When they first started out, was like, oh, well, Daredevil is like a 13-hour Daredevil origin movie. Because it doesn't feel like a TV show, it doesn't play like a TV show, it doesn't have your normal cliffhanger, like, hey, this is what's going to happen at the end, and man, you are going to really want to see what happens next. They don't really frame those shows that way. But I noticed that Umbrella Academy is a lot better about it. Like something's good. Like for instance, the episode I mentioned earlier, The Day That Never Was, and how it leads into the day, it's the day that never was, and then the next episode is like the day that actually was, or something like that. And they're explaining to you about what's his name, Harry, the guy that was dating that was like, kind of creeping on Vanya. Like, the way they did that, the transition from that episode to the next one, I was like, because it was like 3-something in the morning, I was ready to go to bed, and I was like, dude, man, the way y'all ended this, man, I kind of want to go ahead and watch this next episode, and I just went ahead and did it. And even the other episodes, like, dude, y'all are good at leading in. That's kind of my thing with Netflix shows. They got to get better about not making it like I had the same criticism of the new Transformers, which is supposed to be a trilogy that they're doing, but it's actually it's really just a movie that's broken up into several episodes, and they're going to come out with another movie that's broken up into several episodes. None of the episodes feel like they really bleed into each other. It's just a long movie that's broken up into 6 episodes, so you can just kind of be like, well, I'm gonna watch this one, okay, I'm gonna go do something else now, or maybe I'll go ahead and binge the whole thing. That's kind of what that feels like.
And they do that with movies all the time. Like they did it with Twilight. We were talking about that earlier. They did it with Harry Potter, with the Hunger Games, where they split it. I keep on hitting my mic. Sorry, y'all.
You're
I know
good.
y'all hear. Yeah, but they break it up and then the first movie ends up being terrible because it's all build up. And like you said, there's no climax in a lot of these Netflix shows. There's no climax in any of the episodes until you get to episode 5. And what they do is they expect you to binge it. You cannot not binge Netflix shows because you'll be like, what happened last week?
You'll forget. You'll forget what happened. Like, okay. Exactly. Case in point, Doom Patrol, and actually, you know what? Not just Doom Patrol. I'm gonna throw the boys.
Boys is better.
The boys. The thing that Doom Patrol and the boys do better than most any other superhero TV show, streaming or otherwise, you make me want to watch the next episode. But something happens at the end.
You feel that way for Doom Patrol?
I do for Doom Patrol. I will say, yeah, actually for season 2, especially. They had some moments where I was like, man, I kind of want to watch that next episode. Now the season finale of Doom Patrol.
Finish it.
What? Hush your mouth.
I stopped. I could not stop. The monkey lady. She wasn't a cute little girl. Dorothy was whack to me. Cyborg was getting me annoyed, and I guess I watched it until like I want to say episode 4 or 5, and I just couldn't get into it. And I was like, this is not what I saw before, where I was like trying to figure out what was going on with Jane. How long is it going to take for old girl Farida to get her powers? Why is this guy, how long he got radiation? I didn't feel that with the second season. Like you're saying it gets better?
A lot. Yeah, actually, I'd like the second season from start to finish. The one thing I'll say about the second season of Doom Patrol that is a little rough, and this actually has nothing to do with them, is Doom Patrol season 2's finale is not actually the finale of the show. You remember how like you watched Titans season 2, right?
Yeah, I finished it.
Okay.
That I liked.
So you remember how Titans season 2, the first episode felt like it probably would have fit better at the end of season 1?
Yes, because I was like, they're gonna kill this man in the next 10 minutes. Because why is he still here?
Right. This is the same thing you're gonna run into when Doom Patrol season 3 starts, because they didn't get to shoot the season finale of season 2 for Doom Patrol because of COVID. And because COVID happened, they had to shut everything down, so they just kind of had to end production, kind of like with The Flash and a bunch of other shows.
I was gonna say The Flash, that happened too.
They just had to be like,
The Flash, it was like, The Flash was a little bit more cliffhangery, but I know they're gonna end it in like one episode when we come back.
Well, the thing with interesting thing, most people don't know this, or maybe they do, I don't know. With Doom Patrol, okay, so the actress who plays Dorothy, she is technically, I think Doom Patrol is one of her first like normal acting gigs. She's a theater actress. But she's and I also didn't know that she's also not a child. She grown.
She's a grown woman?
Yeah, she's
good for them. So they don't have to rush.
Well, no, she's 20. But the thing is, she has so did you ever see the movie Hereditary?
Yes.
Okay, her sister is the little girl in that movie. They both have
Does she have the same chromosome?
Yeah, they have the same disorder that makes them look childlike. Like they have it's like some kind of disorder they have that basically like their bones don't develop normally, their features don't develop normally, so they look like kids even though they're both in their 20s. So
the Hereditary girl's in her 20s?
Yeah, I believe so. I think she is. I think because they're both sisters, and I don't think they're twins, but they were born around roughly the same time, I believe. But I remember because I thought that she was the girl.
Actress.
They both act,
I did know she was a theater actress.
Yeah,
she sang like Imagination. And I was like, this is pretty good. She has talent.
Yeah, no, the trick with Dorothy, and I totally get where your disconnect might have been with Dorothy. I totally get it. She is so, the story with her is like, she is kind of so like, full disclosure, she's supposed to be like 100 some years old, right?
Right.
So you feel like she should know some things. Like there's certain things that she doesn't know. And I'm with you on that one. There's certain things that she should know as a just for having lived as long as she has. She shouldn't be so surprised by certain things.
And not just that, but so childlike. I hated that. Do you remember? This is an older movie. It's with Kirsten Dunst, and I think Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. It's called Interview with a Vampire.
Girl!
Incredible,
girl. You just pulled a Spider-Man on me. Look, you remember that old movie where they had to do the thing? I was like, wait, with the
yeah. Remember, Kirsten Dunst was a forever child in it, right?
Yep.
And her plight became that she was now an adult woman. She'd been alive for 100 years. She's like, I'm trying to fuck. Like, I'm 90. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
I've been seeing it as a kid.
Oh no, it was real. It was real. It was real.
Exactly. And that's what I felt like for Dorothy. I'm like, she's 100 years old and she's still a child. Like, she's still acting like a child. And I think that's where I started to get a disconnect, because I was like, it's one thing to age, but I would have been way more compelled if bootleg Professor X, I forget his name.
Oh,
Niles. I didn't read the comic. Sorry. Niles. If Niles rolled up and was trying to treat her like a kid, then she retaliated with, I'm older than you, Niles. Well, she's not. But either way, if she retaliated with, I'm a woman, I'm older than all these people, you know, then I think I would have connected with her better. But for her to be like, all day, I was like, I can't.
They explain it a little, like when you get towards the end, like the penultimate episode of season 2, before you get to the not finale, it is explained a little bit more before that and at that episode that technically, from a physical standpoint, she is still, even though she's lived for like, 100 some odd years or whatever, she's still a child. Like, she hasn't even had a period yet. And that actually kind of plays into the storyline, is that once she hits that point, shit's supposed to go batshit. Like, that there's a reason why why the idea of her being a child, but it still doesn't excuse some of the common sense shit that she doesn't get.
Right.
But I'm with you on that one. I'm totally 100% with you on that one. And there's some stuff with Cyborg that's going on. I don't know if you got to the part with Ronnie.
Girl?
The girl. There's some more stuff that happens with her later, because a lot of people didn't catch this at first. She's actually a character. She's a gender-swapped version of a character from the comics that was best friends with Cyborg. And I don't want to say any more than that. But basically, they gender-swapped her and made it to where, like, they dated instead.
Right.
And then there's a thing
she let him be. She let him be. And I was like, I'm just actually, my boyfriend said this. He was like, I just want to see him blow up stuff and say booyah. And I'm watching this sex scene. And I was like, yo, that's a fact. Why are we?
I mean, I ain't against you on that. I'm not against you on that one.
I ain't hear one booyah. I'm tired.
He actually did do one. He actually has done it a couple of times. But it's
not enough. Every episode, I need one booyah.
Yeah. It's one of those things, too, like, it's actually something that's more a thing for him on, like, the cartoon, less than, like, the comic. But it's one of those things, it's kind of like, and we'll talk about this here in a minute, too, because we're talking about Deadpool. But no, like, it's one of those, like, I totally get it, but, like, with season 2 Doom Patrol, you get a lot more insight into the underground and what's going on with Jane. You get a lot more insight into what's going on with Mr. Negative and the radiation and the spirit in his body that he's sharing his body with now, and there's more stuff with Robot Man and like his relationship with like his daughter, and there's of course with
Rita.
With Rita, she's learning how to become a superhero, and like she's embracing who she is and becoming more comfortable with herself. So there's a lot of that. But I mostly watch it for the yucks. I spend more time laughing at the show than anything else. But hold real quick. because I see we got some stuff here. We got, man, I want to say, man, Ruben Hart, thank you for that, for re-upping on that Blerd Club subscription. Thank you, King. And my guy SF Cape Killer coming through with a $10 super chat just for the support. Just came to just say, hey man, support, brother. Support.
Love it.
But that said though, so I think it's safe to say Umbrella Academy season 2. Lit? Is it lit? Is it good?
I'd say lit. Litter than one as well. Yeah. It's definitely worth. What y'all gotta do? What y'all gotta do? Tell me. Man, watch it.
Right, I'm about to say, you ain't going to work? You ain't going to church? Look, you know you waiting on that Postmates, that Grubhub, that DoorDash or whatever. Go ahead and watch it.
Go ahead and watch it.
Look, you know you just borrowing your cousin's Netflix account anyway. Go ahead. Look, we all doing it.
Oh, I definitely don't pay for my Netflix.
You ain't shit. Look, I just want to go ahead and say right now too, just not I don't want anybody to feel like we don't respect it, but I just want to go ahead and drop a bomb for all the folks out here who paying for the Netflix, and the rest of us we just get to coast and watch. Let me just go ahead and let me just go ahead and put a little something down for that. Anyway, but no, okay, let's talk about our boy Deadpool right quick, because I dropped a video today, Deadpool number 6, Kelly Thompson's Deadpool. Now Frankie, you say you read it twice. You say you went back, you reread that.
I loved it. It was short too. It's pretty short.
It's short. It's an easy read.
I loved it, y'all.
Yeah, it's not a difficult read. You can jump in, even if you don't keep up with Deadpool. It's easy to jump in and be like, okay, cool, this is what's going on. All right, let's roll. But no, the reason why I actually talked about that comic in the video that I made for it is because it was actually 2 reasons. One of it was the fact that I really appreciated that Kelly Thompson took the time to remind people Deadpool isn't a mutant.
Yes.
And he's a regular human who got powers later. He's not he's not like a lot of people who, if you only watch the Deadpool movies,
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, because even X-Men Origins Wolverine, they even kind of play that up. It's like, he's a mutant. He's a mutant. It's like, he's not a mutant, and people think this incorrectly. They just assume, oh yeah, he's a mutant. He just because he hangs out with the X-Men, like, oh, he's got to be a mutant, right? He's got to be, right?
They have like Spider-Man hung out with them for a while, and he made sure they knew he was not a mutant.
Right? She's like, man, I ain't it.
I ain't y'all.
Yeah, dude. Back in the day, Carol Danvers, she used to hang out with the X-Men. Like when she didn't have powers anymore, she was hanging out with the X-Men. There's you gotta.
That's the least they could do. That's the least they could do for her is let her stay in the mansion.
Little be like, man, you at least let me sleep on the couch, man. Well, you know what it was? It was Chris Claremont. It was Chris Claremont. He was like, no, we can't do her like that. He was like, nah, put her in the house. Put her in the house. Let her get the guest bedroom. Let her get the guest bedroom real quick.
But you know what, Ernie? When I read the House of X initially, I didn't see it as a launch of a new universe, right? When I first read it, I thought it was just this contained story. No, was that just me? I don't know. I just read it and I was like,
it felt like it at first. It felt like it at first, and then like as it went on, it's like, oh no, they're leaning into this. Okay,
right. That's what I was like. Oh, so this us now from now on. Yeah. This y'all. So just.
Oh no, we out here in these trees, man.
These trees, and I loved it. He was like, "Hey, yo, so y'all ain't invite me. Okay, I'm not a mutant. I feel you, but I've been helping y'all out. Y'all not returning my calls." And the thing was, I read the entire comic book in his voice. I just hear Ryan Reynolds in my head talking about, yeah, these mofos, they out here, they're rude, they're fascist pigs. He's going off, and I'm like, Yo, facts. And the shark, I just love that little shark. I love that.
So it took me a minute to like, I didn't really think about it when I was reading the comic at the time. Like I had already posted the video by the time I thought about it. It took me a minute to realize who that shark was. And I was like, that's Gwenpool's shark. And I forgot that she had given it to him. I had completely forgotten about it. I completely forgotten about it.
I love that.
But no, the thing is, a lot of and here's the thing, a lot of people don't think about. Deadpool, if I'm not mistaken, his daughter is a mutant. I think. I remember something somewhere down the line. He had a mutant kid. So I always think it's funny, like, you know, they did all this stuff to kind of put Deadpool like in the vicinity within the universe of mutants, but he's not actually a mutant himself.
He's that white boy who have all black friends.
Yeah, like he
starts to look more
grew up
tan.
in the hood.
Yeah, he got a Caesar and stuff, and you like,
So wait. Basically, are we saying that he's Eminem? Are we saying that Deadpool is Eminem
I
now?
Say, damn, Logic is half black.
Yeah.
But you know there are white boys who look like Logic, who hang around black people, who people assume he's either Latino or half black, and you find out he 100% white.
Wait a minute. Are we trying to say this motherfucker Sean King? We trying to say
King? Oh yeah, I just found out he wasn't. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. No, he ain't.
He's not black.
No,
he just has black, but he has black siblings.
I don't know if he was. I don't know his full background, but I just know that he ain't 100% what he claimed to be. Well, we got some Rachel Dolezals running around this motherfucker.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Then we need to step up. If that's the case.
Well, you know what it is. Like, what was it? That shit was trending last night. It wasn't him, but everybody was like, the internet was freaking out last night because everybody found out that Rita Ora, like, they were like, oh, she ain't black. It was like, y'all just now figured that out.
She said she was biracial.
Yeah, like but people just assume. People look at folks and they'll be like, they just assume. It's kind of like case in point. Remember when X-Men Apocalypse came out, and they had cast Alexandra Shipp to play Storm, and a lot of folks' argument was, why would you hire a biracial woman to play Storm? But here's the messed up part. People forgot. Halle Berry ain't 100% black either. Her mom white in the motherfucker. Right. Her mom is Casper the Friendly Ghost. and they about roughly the same complexion. Like Alexandra Shipp and Halle Berry are not that far apart in skin complexion, depending on what light they sitting in. But
I thought that was the argument. I thought the argument was, why cast another biracial light-skinned actress?
People forgot about Halle Berry. Like, they were just like, yeah, people, like, because people just, there's a lot of people just assume Halle Berry is 100% black. But I do agree. I do agree with that argument. But it's one of those things.
You know why though? Because she did Babs. Because she did Babs the movie.
She did Babs. Everybody, like, oh no, that's her for real. You know what? Don't get me started on that shit. But no, here real quick, let me see something. We got a little something here. We got something from Ty Sidner coming through with the $5 super chat. Says, should House of X be the entry point for the X-Men in the MCU? Yes.
I've been saying that because that's how they can explain them not being there. So if they say, we've been on Krakoa this entire time, so while y'all was doing whatever with Thanos or whatever, we actually was in another, what is it, a dimension?
No, the island's just there. It's just chilling.
The island's there, but no one can access it, and they don't I haven't watched some TV. They're not watching TV and shit.
You can technically access Krakoa, but the thing is, they use the gates to just get there more easily. Because they even showed it. What was it? X-Force. Recently, there were some regular ass folks who just dive bomb that motherfucker from a plane.
But they'll come with the blick.
They came in like this. Bop, bop, bop. But no, technically people can go there, but they'll probably get killed. They gonna get clapped. But no, But no, yeah, I do think, yeah, I think that you should, yeah, why not do House of X? I think that would actually be more interesting than the same, like, okay, here's the thing. We've already seen them in the mansion. We've seen them in the mansion. We've been getting the mansion for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
We've been getting the same bog standard ass X-Men for the last 20 years. Not only that, we have gotten 2 TV shows now. Live action TV shows, which are in, well, one of which is debatable as to whether or not it came before X-Men or not. You know, as far as like Doom Patrol goes. And you got the Umbrella Academy, which is basically Doom Patrol / X-Men, but just, you know, going a different direction.
Right.
So yeah, I don't want to see any more, hey, we're living in the mansion, whatever. I don't need that. Give me them living on the island. I'm cool with it.
And I think it also explained that new Charles Xavier will explain why they've been so quiet, right? Because old Charles is not letting Ultron, all that. They're not letting all that stuff happen, and he's not intervening, right? So I think them going this new version with the House of X, it explains them being quiet because the House of X mutants are only about themselves. They're not here to be in human affairs. And I think it would just explain why we haven't seen them for the last 10 years. They'd be like, yo, we was not trying to mess with you. And then it could be something that threatens their existence on Krakoa, and that's how they come into the story, right? Because,
that's how I would play that. That's how I would want to play that.
Right.
But no, like, I just really appreciate the fact that, you know, they I really appreciate the fact though that if you go that route, here's another thing you can avoid, and that's remakes, hopefully remakes of storylines we've already seen. Like, I don't want to see Dark Phoenix again. I don't want them trying to adapt Dark Phoenix again. I don't want to see you trying to adapt Apocalypse, like the first encounter with Apocalypse. I don't want to see you trying to adapt any of these classic, storylines that we've already seen played out and done horribly on more than one occasion. Like, I tell you what, if you just absolutely positively, like, had to tell a storyline from, like, pre-House of X, do God Loves, Man Kills. Okay. Technically, they've already kind of slick done it. But they just didn't say that it was, this is the new X-Men movie coming out. It's X-Men, God Loves, Man Kills. They did put it in the subtitle. They've technically done something similar because they used William Stryker. They just made him a military guy as opposed, which he technically was in the military, but they made him 100% a military guy as opposed to a military vet turned religious fanatic cult leader, specious piece of shit, whatever. A lot of adjectives in there for that guy. But no, so my thing is, see, going back to that Deadpool book though, one of the things I actually kind of appreciated was, it kind of gave you a taste. Like, I think a lot of people forgot how petty and childish Deadpool actually is. Because all
they see is Ryan. That's why.
Right. Because, well, a lot of people forget Deadpool, he's actually gotten... let's be clear. First off, this ain't the first time he's ever been bad at the X-Men for anything. It's not the first time, and it probably won't be the last. He's actually gotten mad at Spider-Man for less interesting things. For less interesting reasons. But I actually kind of thought it was cool to... show the X-Men kind of popping up in other people's stuff. People who were like X-Men adjacent, and showing things not being as sweet as they used to be. Like, they've technically done with other books. Like, I've seen Wolverine in Captain Marvel. I've seen Wolverine in Ghost Rider. I've seen these characters pop up in other books. Typically, it's usually Wolverine. But it was actually kind of nice to see, another character encroaching on their territory and trying to, like, make a case for them to either, be there or not be there, whatever. Which I don't even know if Deadpool even thought about this. It's like, dude, you have an island of your own. It did dawn on him at the end, but I was like, you just
It wasn't that. It was a slight.
yeah.
Right? He was like, so y'all got a sanctuary that I'm not invited to? Like, it was that. It wasn't that that he wanted to be there. Because even when they were like, yo, you could chill, he was like,
well, see, he wanted to be able to live there.
Right.
He wanted to be able to. He wanted to have the same setup that like Cyclops and Wolverine and Jean had. He wanted to be able to have a house on the moon and just be able to live there. And it's like, dude, you have a whole ass kingdom of your own. Like, you literally have a whole kingdom where you are the king. Like, you don't even have to answer anybody. Like, you want to go back to be like, you're a chief. You want to go back to being an Indian?
I really like that exchange that he had with Emma Frost. Yo.
Oh no, that was what I was hearing.
Emma Frost, she don't be getting her propers, especially in media too. Whenever they do it, and even before then, like her relationship with whatever. I just felt like she don't get the propers. Maybe of late she has, but regardless,
no,
I was really fucking with her. Right, she was like, "Yo, why are you here, sir? What do you need? And go to Manhattan. Stop being lazy."
Right.
I was like, go ahead, take that ferry.
Look, I ain't gonna lie, Frankie, no bullshit. When she dropped that line, I slick thought about you. Be like, man, why don't you just hop the ferry, go ahead and hit the train? I was like, this sounds like some shit Frankie would tell
Any New
somebody.
Yorker would have said,
yeah.
Anytime somebody's like, can you bring this closer to me? That's the first New Yorker response is, go ahead and hop that train. What's your problem? This is where we at.
No, it's like, dude, either you better get that Uber or something. But I appreciated that. I appreciated that. Well, and not only that, I also appreciated the fact that, like, if he just would have, like, not, because Rogue, because they did actually have a conversation. Or not a conversation, but he did, like, there was a part where they said, hey, he tried to call Rogue, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 they've spoken, whatever. Yeah, that is true. And, yeah, I felt like Rogue was like, yeah, dude, like, it's cool. You ain't got to steal the flower, dude. Like, it ain't even that big a deal. Like, look, it is what it is. Let's just be cool. It's donezo. You can come hang out whenever the fuck you want. But like, I kept seeing a lot of people in my comments. They were like, "Oh, you mean tell me they're like?" I feel like a lot of people missed House of X because there were a lot of people in my comments talking about how like, man, why are they letting Mr. Sinister on the island? Why are they letting Mr. Sinister on the island? It's like, dude, they explained that very clearly in House of X why Mr. Sinister is on that island. And they're like, well, he's there. Well, why can't they let Wade be there? And it's like, wait, look, Mr. Sinister is only on that island. Please believe this. The only reason he is on that island is because he has the most. And matter of fact, I said this so much in replies and comments yesterday that I can you can like predictive text. I can predictive text that motherfucker out right now. But basically it's like, dude, he has the most extensive database of mutant DNA on the planet. So of course they want him there because of his cloning expertise and his expertise with DNA. That's why they have him there. That's the only reason. And not to mention, I mean, basically the whole idea was it's the one thing they hadn't tried. The one thing that they hadn't tried in all of Mora's, multiple lives is having everybody together instead of apart. Like, instead of being like, hey, you're a bad guy, I'm a good guy, so we have to fight. It's like, well, we're the same species. So technically we can come together and we stand a better chance of getting our propers, getting our respect, being able to not have to worry about them sending giant robots to come beat the brakes off of us. Right. Which they'll probably try and do anyway. But we actually stand a better chance of survival together as opposed to divided, and that was kind of the whole purpose. A lot of people missed that in not Dawn of X, but in House of X when Xavier put the call out. Like, that was the whole point of it. It's like, hey, Apocalypse, we got beef, but let's squash that shit for the culture.
My girl Moira told me what's up.
Yeah, right. Look,
my homegirl put me on game.
Yeah, right. She said, look, we're gonna excuse the fact that like Magneto, Charles, and Magneto, Charles, and Apocalypse, all three of them sitting in that room like, we didn't all clap more, right?
Right.
So let's go ahead. You know what it is? What was it? It's like that old gag where they talk about how like you got like the girlfriend and the boyfriend and then the baby daddy that be hanging around and then like the other baby daddy be hanging around. That's kind of what it's like right now. It's like look, we all baby daddy right now. Right. We just there. So look, we cool. We ain't got to beef with each other no more. We ain't got to beef no more. Look, we ain't in competition for this. Look, she gone. She run off doing her own thing. Look, it's me and you, man. Look, let's build. Let's build together. But that's kind of the thing. And it's like, let's put these old rivalries, these old, animosities aside, man. Let's come up. And that's honestly, I'm like, dude, a lot of people don't like because they're palling with the villains, but it's like,
one thing they say that they considered bringing Deadpool, so it's not that he wasn't a mutant, that he wasn't on the island, because they considered bringing him on in the same way that Mr. Sinister, but they're like, he gonna fuck all our shit up. I think were her exact words. She's like, you're gonna burn our shit to the ground. I'm done. We can't do it. She said 97% chance.
Well, but no, here's the messed up part about that though. Go back and read any of Deadpool's comics. This dude stays getting his headquarters blown up. Every time this dude has a base of operations, that junk get blown up, whether it's because somebody comes and blows his shit up or he does it himself. And like I kept telling folks, it's okay. It's cool to like a character like Deadpool. I'm not saying you shouldn't. Deadpool's an interesting character. I get it. But you don't really want to know someone like Deadpool.
Right.
Like, you wouldn't, like what was it, like I told a dude in the comments today, I was like, Deadpool's that dude who, like, you'd like partying with Deadpool, but you would never invite Deadpool to a party at your house.
Yeah.
Like, it's always going to be somebody else shit. Like, you gonna go to Craig and them's for the party. You ain't inviting Deadpool to the party that's at your house. You know what I'm saying?
You'll never like own him money or anything like that.
No. Like, you don't, like, Deadpool's one of the characters, you don't really want to fuck with him like that. Not really. But yeah, no, I thought that shit was cool. Real quick, because I know we running a little short on that time. But real quick, I do want to go ahead and talk about those comics we were looking at. We were talking about, what were we talking? We were talking about the Goddamned here, which I'm trying to remember who was that comic had a lot of artists or a lot of, okay, no, it actually didn't. Never mind. It was Jason Aaron and R.M. Guerra. Frankie, what'd you think about that, John?
It's all right.
The
goddamn, it wasn't as memorable to me. I think I should have read them first. Should have read the Goddamn first, and I should have read Fire first, because after I went through the X-Men, I just wasn't as interested.
Well, it's a different type. It's a very different. Yeah. It's not like superheroes. Like it's a very potato, not potato, but like apples and oranges.
It was like origin, right? So then there's no like history there. There's no action really or anything like that.
Oh, no.
I was just like, man.
No. It's a very like story, very story driven.
Yes.
But for those who are not aware, it's written by Jason Aaron. Basically the whole premise of it is that you are following the story of these two girls who live in the society where the girls are raised up to basically when they mature, which basically means they first get their period, they first start menstruating, they are then offered to a celestial groom. Basically, they're like an angel or something like that. But then you learn later that's actually not what's really going on. Like, it's actually something worse. And these girls, they both decide, hey, we're getting the fuck out of Dodge. Like how, like, now going into, like, the first issue basically is them setting you up with the story, like, and basically the whole cliffhanger is that, hey, this girl, she finally, started menstruating, so it's time for them to get the hell out. But the second issue, it's actually kind of the same for the other book we were going to talk about too, Firepower. I feel like there was more going on in the second issue of The Goddamned versus the first one, because, like, they were actually being chased.
Right.
Like, they were actually being chased by these Amazon-like bitches. With the titty. Look, they had the titties out and everything. Like, I couldn't show that book on the channel. But
I can't.
They had, I'm talking about, the titties was out for everybody to see. They did not have chest piece on the titties. The titties just flinging wild and free. But basically, they're like religious zealots. And these girls, like, they're just not, like, the one girl, I think it was, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right or wrong. It's like Jail or Gile or something like that. Like, she really ain't with it. You can tell she's a straight up atheist. She don't believe in any of this shit. But you can tell the other girl, I think it was like Shari or something like that. Like, you can tell she still kind of believes, because that's just how she was raised. But I thought it was cool. Is it something different? Like, I get, like, I'm not gonna lie, I read so many cape comics. Like your standard superhero stories, man. I ain't gonna lie. Every now and again, if I read something that ain't got a cape in it, or like a motherfucker in a mask, I get excited. I'm just like, ooh,
you know what it is too? There is a manga called Promised Neverland.
Okay, yeah.
And it has that same, no, it's different. It's orphans and you age out at 12. And they're expecting this big thing to happen when you age out, and they find out it's the opposite, right?
Right, it's something else going on.
That's a recent story. Right. So that wasn't like, but I get what you're saying, where it's like, oh, this isn't this ain't Batman or anything. This is like girls coming of age.
Yeah.
And I think that is dope, because the last time I really felt like I read a coming of age girl story that was done well was the New Mutants. You know what I mean? I felt like that was like the first time I read it, and it was like, I'm a teenager with teenager problems, and also I have mutant powers, and they're terrible, you know? So it's like, I don't know. I just think that aspect I did like.
You might like Paper Girls. You might.
Paper Girl.
It's I think this one is, oh God, why am I blanking on his name? Oh, why am I'm blanking on his name. It's killing me right now that I can't think of this motherfucker's name right now.
I found it.
Oh, did you find it? Okay. So yeah, Brian K. Vaughan.
Yeah.
Brian K. Vaughan. You might like Paper Girls. It's I don't want to say too much about it, because Paper Girls is one of those stories. It's better for you to not know what it's about and just read it.
Okay.
Like, if that makes any sense.
I'll do it.
Like, if you get a chance, like, for me, the story I always tell is that, like, I read the first volume on a whim while I was sitting on the toilet. You know, too much information probably for some people. But before I knew it, I had read 2 more volumes. So, and like 5 issues apiece. So, like, it was. The story just kind of, it kind of reminds me of Stranger Things, but if Stranger Things was like more interesting.
Okay.
Not to say Stranger Things isn't interesting, but if Stranger Things was more focused, if that makes any sense.
Drags out. Right.
If it was more
there
of a
are times in
focused
Stranger
story.
Things you're like,
they'll go on some bullshit tangent or whatever. But I like I said, it's one of those, like, I think that if you get a chance, though, definitely. Other joint was that Firepower. Firepower was the one that dropped. They dropped 2 issues back to back, and I didn't understand why until I read the second one. And then when I read the second one, I fully understood why they did it. Because it's a kung fu story. It's a kung fu story, and if you're not familiar with it, like, you read that first issue, you're kind of like, well, there's no kung fu. And then you get to that second issue.
Solid setup.
Yeah. Like the second issue.
Well, that's why I asked.
Yeah.
That's why I asked if he was Asian. I was like, am I being racist here? Is this man Asian?
He is, but he's adopted. So basically, like, you read Firepower, it's based about this kid who, his parents were part of this, like, kung fu secret society or whatever, and he winds up going back and finding, his parents die, and he winds up becoming adopted, but he later on goes back and finds that monastery. And when he does, he learns that he has the power to channel a fireball, like what you would expect to have, like a fighting game. And that's the sacred technique of the monastery he's at, but no one's been able to use that technique in, like, forever. Like, I think it's like 1,000 years. I can't remember exactly. But he ends up leaving that monastery and kind of getting his own life. Like, he has a wife, kids, living in the suburbs. I think they kind of imply that he owns, like, an antique store or a furniture store or something like that. And yeah, he has a normal ass life, but, like, you can tell something's up with him. Like, the disservice you get done is if they had like a prelude issue that came out before these first two that actually tells you all this shit. So, like, when you read issue 1, if you go to read issue 1, just issue 1, you have no clue what this dude can do until he actually does it. But in the second issue, that's where the shit gets lit, because that shit turns to a goddamn Jackie Chan movie. In the second issue.
That's so funny. I really was reading. I said, "Yo, this man doing karate, karate."
Did he fight ninjas?
Where you learn that? Is this the Iron Fist? What's going on? And I did like that his kids are like, "Mom is a cop. She's so badass," and Dad just
sells furniture.
Whack. And I was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
You would know that as a father too. I mean, your kids are young, but I see this with my sister as well, where it's like your kid, you become a mother or a father, right? And they don't know that you ain't nothing to fuck with.
Right. Like, they think you
before
saw.
That, right?
They think you saw.
Right. They just see you watching Sesame Street, and I just think they you, and they don't know about everything else. And I thought that was
right. That's basically what they did with this one. But then when you get to the second issue, you realize because they make it seem like, okay, the kids don't really know what's up with him, but the wife, like, it doesn't seem like she knows what's up either. And then, like, you get to the second issue, you're like, oh, she know. And you like, oh, she ride or die. Okay, all right, let's go. All right, because I
was like, ain't no way no cop is gonna let her husband leave to watch at 12. See the house? Stop it.
Look, at
midnight.
The thing I loved about it though is when you get to the second issue and they have that fight in the house. I love how they framed it, because basically it plays like one of them old school kung fu movies, because the fight is going all over the house. And but the thing is, they're fighting so fast and so silently that no one knows what's going on. Like, no one in the house, right. The kids, dude, they are literally fighting over the boy, the who's like the younger child. They're fighting over this kid's bed. And dude, he don't even know what's going on. He's just like, what's happening? What's going on here?
I love it. I love it.
It was good. That I'm gonna go tell you right now. Firepower is the joint. Y'all gonna want to keep an eye out for Firepower. That one is definitely it's good.
It's gonna translate well. I think it'll translate well to movies. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's something that could be.
Well, Image has been doing a lot of lately. They have been taking a lot of their properties and they've been shopping them out more often than not. And because they've got right now you've got with this, and this is Robert this is another one of Robert Kirkman's personal projects. And we all know Robert Kirkman, he's known for, The Walking Dead, Invincible. Everything this dude touches turns into a movie or a TV show.
Yeah.
Everything this dude attaches himself to becomes a movie, a TV show, something. So basically my whole thing is like, yeah, he's gonna, this Firepower is gonna mess around and probably become a TV show. I wouldn't be surprised. And I saw some people bring up, it sounds like Iron Fist. Yeah, it actually, that's because it kind of is Iron Fist. It kind of is.
Better. It's way better than Iron Fist. And you know why, though, right? Because he's Asian.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's not the Great White Hope. He's not the Great White Hope coming to save the city.
That's why I asked that, too, because I was like, This a different show. This is a different comic book I'm watching. If he ain't Asian, okay, right. And he is drawn y'all to look Asian, but I wasn't quite sure because everyone around him is white,
right? Yeah.
And then he adopted, but I still was like, I don't know. So I think that's the difference there.
Yeah, well, and see the other thing that I was kind of looking at too is that. Yeah, when I was reading it, it was hard for me to tell at first. It was hard for me to tell. Like, I was looking, I was kind of like, because, like, there were some points where they drew him to kind of look Asian, but he didn't, like, it just, something about just, how sometimes when people draw, it's kind of like when people draw people of other ethnicities. Sometimes their style doesn't necessarily reflect the ethnicity of the person they're drawing. And sometimes he looked like he was, Chinese or Japanese or something like that. And then other times he didn't. And I was like, you know what? I'm not entirely sure about this. I kind of feel like I feel like a game is the foot right now. Like, I don't know how I feel about this. And then the more I read, I was like, oh, no, this is lit. But no, I'm here for it. It's, you're gonna see this. I guarantee you, Robert Kirkman's writing this book. I guarantee you this is gonna wind up getting picked up for a TV series. Because Robert Kirkman is about business.
That's why I said it, because as you're reading it, it reads as a television show. Like, the way issue 1 finished and things like that, the way issue 2 picks up, I was like, this is me watching a television show. Like, when you watch it, the way that it's framed and everything, it felt like one to me.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. But yeah, no, I like I said, I think it's safe to say, I'm gonna be keeping an eye on, like, Image right now, I'm not gonna lie, has been kind of coming out with the heat lately, because they've got Firepower, they've got Stealth, which is another comic that's out. And that one is a black superhero. And it's, I love that book. That book is off the chain. If you get a chance, take a look at it. And they just been dropping these books. I'm like, dude, man, I'm here for it. I was gonna talk about Bad Mother, but you know what? We're short on time, so we're gonna go ahead and drop it. But I will say this though, man, thank you all for making this a fun show. Thank you all for making this a successful first Justice League stream. And of course, us being the Justice League, you know how we do. Yeah, you know the vibes. Alternative Factuals, Devontae, he's not here to speak for himself right now, so we will speak for him. He's normally here with us. He's here with us in spirit, in the spirit today. So I want to go ahead and say, if you guys have not done so, please go check out Devontae from Alternative Factuals. Go check out his channel. Matter of fact, if you are on my channel, you will actually see off to the side a list of people who I fucks with heavy, and the first two names you're gonna see are both Alternative Factuals and Fantastic Frankie, because it just, it is what it is. It is what it is. Just saying, it is what it is. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. But go check out his stuff. Look, hey, look, I ain't got no hair, but if I did, I could get that Super Saiyan blue going. Frankie, what do you got coming up? What do you got coming up?
I am actually hosting the Chem Festival, which is it's for Black animators. They're doing short films. I'm doing that this Thursday. Yeah. Ruining comic books and anime with my Frankie Fridays. Lately, I've been correlating it to like political things, qualified immunity, things like that, but just connecting it to like comic book and anime stories. And yeah, just fuckery. So
I'm here for it.
If that's what y'all here for, that's it. So you guys can find me Fantastic Frankie, but Frankie is spelled Frankey, not IE. So you guys can find me. So some good stuff coming. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say you're Fantastic Frankie pretty much everywhere except for like Twitter.
Twitter, you can find me at Fanboy Fighter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Out here. But yeah, man, go check out Frankie on the gram. What are you at? Are you at 40,000 now? Is it?
Oh no, 20K. I'm at 20K.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's been a journey for sure. But this is a lot of fun. I'm gonna come back and bomb your show.
Hey, we gonna try. I want to try and make this. I want to try and make this a regular thing so that we can. We get me, you, Devon. You know what, Frank? I'm about to bust you out, girl. You better put some respect on your name. You sit up here 21.9K followers on the gram. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
I was 21.8 yesterday. Oh, thank y'all.
Look, don't, man, you better quit playing with me.
People dig in the conversation. Like it's like the angrier people get at me, the more they want to follow and comment, which is great because then Instagram doesn't know that they're all yelling at me. Instagram thinks they're just showing me love. They just see the likes and the comments. So
that's what I tell people on YouTube. When people get mad at me, they try and argue with me. I'm like, dude, all you're doing is helping my channel. Like, and it'll be these folks will be like, man, fuck your channel, man. I hope your channel dies. And it's like, if you keep commenting on this motherfucker, it won't.
It won't. It won't.
I'll be sitting here like, come on, keep it going, keep it going.
That's also a reason why I answer people, right?
Yeah.
So like. People are like, why do you even answer that? I'm like, why would I not?
Yeah, I mean, you may as
now
well.
They're talking, right? Now they're talking to me. I'm talking back, and I'm normally unbothered. I'd be like, toodles, when we're done. Stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun. But yeah, if you guys like me, let Ernie know. So he'll make sure.
Look, I'll bring you back on.
Like, yeah. I had a lot of fun though, for sure.
Well, we always glad to have you because it's family here. Y'all know me. Y'all are those of you right here in the stream right now. Y'all know where to find me. At least I'd hope you do. But you can also find me on Twitter. Of course, this is youtube.com/Blerd Without Fear. You can find me on Twitter at Blerd-Fear. I'm Blerd Without Fear everywhere else on the internet that I exist, whether it's Facebook or Twitch or Instagram, whatever. I've been trying to post more of my videos on Instagram. Just for those who just happen to be over there and just aren't, can't be arsed to go to YouTube. But no, we got all that going on. And of course, if you're checking the show out, there's a podcast version of it. Please make sure to go check that out as well. The podcast version you can find of the Just Us League. You can find it on Anchor.fm. You can find it on Apple. You can find it on Google, Spotify, Stitcher, anywhere good podcast may be found. Also want to give shout out to Grace and Red, because Grace and Red coming through with that super chat right here at the buzzer. That 199 super chat saying giving y'all some red excellence. But yeah, like I said, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. We're gonna try and do this more often, and hopefully we will see you guys on the next go round. Like I said, make sure, man, go check out that podcast, man. Make sure to go rate it, subscribe to it, all that good stuff. And hey, we'll see y'all next time. Peace.